The awesome Field Centers just keep coming. We have another one up here for Garden Rose Maiden. For those of you that are interested in picking this up, use code MCOL5 and pick up yours. There are also beautiful sleeves for these as well here. Check out how nice these actually look. Alright, these will be available in August as long as everything goes well. So, code MCOL5. Now let's dig on into special edition of what should we sell in anticipation for the Megatins, shall we? Make sure you guys smash that and crap out, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So, we're going to be walking through the expected reprints out of this year's Megatins, discuss if now is a good time to move these cards. Usually it is, but I just want to walk through what we're kind of expecting here. So, keep in mind that, of course, you know, we don't get the Starlight reprints. That never ends up happening. So, your higher investments like, say, Lightning Storm here and Starlight, Rose here, you know, the Charmers, none of these will ever get the reprint. It's always the base floor, ceiling level stuff that you usually see get these reprints. And straight up the bat here, you look at Lightning Storm here, and you're like, well, you know, this is actually kind of interesting. There's a lot of unverified down here in the $80 land. That's interesting. Currently, right now, Lightning Storm, you're looking at about $90, I would say, just to be on the safe side of things. Lightning Storm's value has been decaying quite a lot. You guys remember when this was a $100+ card, right? Of course, we are expecting these to get reprints along the way. So we are past the time that I think you could pick up adding Mister stuff and get a good solid return on it. I mean, these used to be $10, man. These were literally $7 back in the day. I'm glad to see that this has calmed down, though. But as we get into the August range, I would give consideration to maybe I'd want to offload this stuff. If I'm playing it right now, I think it's fine. These are going to die in value as long as it gets the reprint in the tins. If not, it will maintain a decent value here. Gizmek, this card's probably going to blow out, too. Chi still maintaining a decent value here. Actually surprised to see that those have gone up. Now, the question with these sorts of products is, will Konami reprint the exclusive archetypes? And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm actually kind of curious to see if we will get Plunder Patrol reprints with an iGas reprint, because these cards have been borderlining the $10 mark for most of their life. So that's kind of something you're going to want to consider is, you know, as a Plunder Patrol player, do I want to take the chance for the higher rarity and move this stuff at the $10 price tag that you see? Borderline 9 here. But that's going to be something to consider. Alright, for the most part, like, I understand this deck has been, like, a good solid tier 2 choice for a lot of its life, but there's a lot of value that can be lost here. Alright, Lingerebos, of course. And also reprint will be very nice. Look at this. This is a $5 rare. Alright, you might want to move those where you can. Of course here, Masterful Sun Mount. I'm curious to see if they'll reprint this stuff as well. Alright, they're always kind of picky. Cross Sheep is a $4 rare. This is definitely going to get a reprint. I'd be absolutely surprised if Cross Sheep didn't get it. Same thing here. Pascals will probably get a reprint. Some of this older stuff. And then, of course, like the littler ships here, probably aren't going to go too much. But outside of that, like, even looking at iGas here, that's a lot of value. Now, of course, same thing here. We're not worried about the Starlights. It is kind of curious to see how much these things go for. Access code is very much on the highly anticipated block here. Man, this thing having a $120 price tag in the tins this year is beyond crazy. $125, $130, heading on up to $140. Yikes! I didn't think he was that bad, but he's gonna be one of those that, yeah, he's a meta staple, man, but Jesus, if you want to make 140 very quickly, we have 11 listings at the moment for this bad boy. That might be something you might want to consider. Same thing here with the Animadords. Like, unless you're majorly playing dinos, like a reprint of this, and even a reprint of Chamber, game over, man. Like, so much value to be tossed out. So those are your high game players here. Actually, same thing here with the Met Grisu. All 4 of these are very anticipated reprints all across the board. Like, that's insanity. Even Gravedigger's Hole, man, $30 for this thing. Alright, like, we already know what's coming, but man, Echo has so many cards that need reprinted. Metal Crunchers. Honestly, if I were holding on to these, I'd probably consider offloading these. Like, one reprint of this and pff, down the drain it goes. See, like, man, eight bucks down here. Man, Echo, please. So many good reprints we'll see in here that will just destroy value. Yikes. The Gizmek we definitely know should be getting a reprint. Wow. Almarora's even's like $3. Wow. Okay, so the expected value out of Echo here, seeing that access code talker at that high of a price point right now is very interesting. That might be one I'd even consider offloading if you're not really playing a lot right now. Of course, here, same thing, Starlights we don't really care about for a reprint block. Now, Talents is another one of those. We are expecting Rise on the chopping block here. Now, the interesting thing is I'm expecting dual reprints here from Droplet in this, or excuse me, Droplet. Huh. So, Talents are at least $90, so it's what? 180 plus 250, 260 to place it for these. Interesting stuff. Yeah, that's definitely... Rise was like the biggest set ever. Like, this set had so much value. Droplets, I am expecting dual reprints on this, and the reason why I say dual is they'll smash it in the tins once, and they'll smash it again in another set. I'd be very surprised if Konami skipped over this and just didn't reprint it in the tins, because typically it's going to take 2 wings of value for this to drop down. So if they do skip this for whatever reason, that's a yikes. Your time to drop Nadirs for like the super high value is also kind of past. These were, you guys remember when these were $90, right? Well, unfortunately, you're down to 68 at the moment. If you're fine with maintaining 65, I mean, that's fine, but that's a lot of value that was lost over time to this. So that's not a good one. I'm also kind of curious. Somebody brought up to me earlier, wouldn't it be weird if they just chose not to reprint Ecclesia and they would just reprint like the Nadirs and stuff like that? I'm curious to see what rarity they can put this in. If they any sort of reprint on this also is going to kill this value. Schisms have already calmed down. This needs a reprint. This definitely needs a reprint. Ice Dragon's Prison is insane value. Alright, like... so yes, massive consideration to moving things like the Odd Eyes Revolutions. This card doesn't... I don't foresee this card having any metagame relevance over the next couple of months. And if you just want to move it, make some quick money, and pick them up after 10s... like, that's good. Same thing with Ice Dragons. Unfortunately, these have calmed down from the 60 that they were at. 50 is still absurd, but another good one to consider it moving. Alright? So many expensive cards, man. Like, the tins have to do a lot this year. So Phantom Rage also possibly being in the tins this year. Man, think about this. Zeus is still $75. Think about how stacked these tins are. Access code, Animadored, Talents, Zeus. Like, that's a lot. Alright? Like, yikes. All the Tri-Brigade stuff, too. Think about this. The Tri-Brigade stuff with the possibility being in the tins, that's a lot. We're not 100% sure if Phantom... I believe Phantom wasn't confirmed yet, but we'll see. I'm mainly covering this because this is interesting stuff. Seeing the fact that Zeus is still $75, and after the recent OCG ban list, the possibility that they might hit it. Now, also typically... yeah, that's the main stuff for this. Also, typically, the tins also will include a side set. We had Strikers a while ago. I am expecting the next one here to actually be Secret Slayers. And the reason why I bring this up is some of this stuff needs reprint, man. Alright, Adamantimators have not had any value reprints at all. That's it. Nothing. We know that researchers are high at the moment. We know that, Eldlands still freaking redonkulous out here. These $28 price tags. Black Awakenings are still $16. The little cards from this set are what need it. And at this point in time, I've pretty much given massive consideration to moving Eldritch. The only reason why I'm keeping it is because it's like the only deck I enjoy playing, but offloading Nadirs and stuff like that, easy peasy. Like, these, $90, get rid of them, come back and get them when they're, $10, $5, depending on what rarity they print them at. But these cards will push down once that happens. So, top contenders right now for those heavy-ended reprints. Yeah, it's not going to be a good time for things like Eldritch, the staples out of Rise. Echo's definitely going to be a big one. All right, like, so much value to be had here. So, channel it, Robbie. Channel the energy. Oh, man. Well, those are a lot of the high-end things I would give consideration to selling based off of trends in today's market. So we're still a good solid 2.5-3 months away from 10s at this point in time. So we'll have to wait and see where things go. But it's going to be a ride. So guys, what do you think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash it up and grab out, subscribe, and so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day with some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.